there, and welcome to Modern Day Raptors. If you're on the lookout for a bird that's smart, energetic, and will keep you on your little toes, big wings, then the red belly might be the one for you. These little guys aren't just cute. They have big personalities and love forming strong bonds with their humans. In today's video, we're diving into everything you need to know to keep your red belly happy and healthy, from setting up a perfect cage, to feeding them the right diet, to decoding their big wings, their quirky behavior and body language like the big wings here. So stick around, this is the one bird you want to get to know. Let's start by exploring what makes red belly so fascinating. Native to Africa, these small parrots are relatives to the more well-known Senegal parrots. However, unlike Senegal parrots, these guys are sexually dimorphic, meaning the males and the females have distinctive color differences. The females here are the gray and the green, while the males have a very vibrant red chest to them and the gray and the green. The females sometimes will have that reddish color as babies, but during their first major molt, they will lose that. Samara here did have a lot of red on her belly. I also have a male that's flying around the room right now, but he is not willing to show up in camera right this second. Red-bellied parrots are small birds with an average weight about 120 to about 160, making them compact but sturdy birds. Despite their size, they're full of energy and personality, and these parrots have an impressive lifespan of about 30 plus years depending on how you take care of them. Obviously, the better care, more exercise, better diet, they're going to live longer. So you do want to keep in mind, if getting one, that they can be a lifetime companion. When you're setting up a home for your red-bellied parrot, space is essential. The more space, the better. But the minimum amount of space for a cage that I recommend would be 32 inches wide by 22 inches deep by about 36 inches tall. You do want a wider cage than it is tall because, again, birds don't hover like helicopters. What I keep my parrots in, I keep both my males and my females separate cages, and they are about double the minimum requirements. I find that Samara here definitely uses a ton of it. She will fly back and forth whenever she's got the zoomies and she's not allowed out just yet. You do want to ensure that the bars of the cage are no more than about ½ an inch in spacing. That will prevent your parrot from trying to squeeze their head in through the bars to try to escape and possibly getting their head stuck. Inside the cage, however, you want a variety of perches. You want stuff that is different diameter so that it kind of exercises their feet while they're kind of in their cage. You do also want different kinds of toys in there, different levels of their cage, because they will explore all parts of it. If you choose to use a rope perch like in this video, you do want to inspect it daily for any kind of signs of wear, tear, chewing, because parrots can get their nails stuck in loose fibers. Some birds do like to chew on the ropes, which can cause impaction. So again, if you see that your bird is messing with the rope in any foul way, do remove them and do not use them in the future. Now let's talk about diet. This can be a controversial topic, so this is just my opinion. I do believe that a healthy, varied diet is essential for your parrot. In the wild, they eat a lot of variety of foods, and in captivity, you do want to try to replicate that as much as you possibly can. While high-quality pellets can be helpful for supplementing a diet, they should not be your foundation or your sole food for your bird. Try to avoid pellets that have dyes, sugars, colors. You want to provide something that is as natural as possible if you are going to supplement with pellets. These will allow your bird to get a little bit of extra vitamins and stuff like that that you may miss with your other foods given at the same time. Again, variety is key when keeping your red belly healthy and engaged. Offer fresh vegetables like broccoli, sweet potatoes, bell peppers, leafy greens like kale. You can include fresh and dried herbs and flowers, believe it or not. Think like mint, ginger, rose petals. These are not only nutritious, but they help keep your meals more exciting. I know my little Samara here loves to chew on rosemary sticks after I take off all the sprigs. A lot of my birds eat a lot of mint in their chop, and it makes them smell delicious. Another great addition to their diet is sprouted seeds, which are packed with nutrients. I will link a video somewhere up here on how I sprout my seeds for my birds. You can also offer a small amount of dry, healthy seeds too, but you want to be sure that you limit the high fat options like tree nuts and sunflower seeds. These can be given best during training or during bonding time because they are a high reward kind of treat if given sparingly. If you offer them all the time, they won't think them as something special. Always provide fresh water and rotate fruits, vegetables, and herbs you offer to ensure your birds get a well-rounded diet. The more variety, again, the better. Don't forget, avoid feeding red bellies any toxic foods like avocados, chocolate, caffeine. They are lactose intolerant, so any kind of cheeses, milk, stuff like that. A lot of the stuff that they're not supposed to be eating, like your food, they will try to get. Even though that they want it, doesn't mean they should have it. Red-bellied parrots are highly social birds. When it comes to interacting with other birds, though, they require a little bit more careful management. They can be territorial, and if not properly introduced, may not be the most friendliest towards other birds. In fact, they sometimes can be aggressive, and the situation can escalate quickly, potentially leading to serious injury. If you're planning to have multiple birds, be prepared for the possibility that they might not get along. With patience and proper introductions, they may eventually tolerate or even get along with other birds, but it's always safest to assume they may not. In such cases, separate out of cage times may be necessary. Like I have these two red bellies, both male and female, and they will not be on the same perch at the same time together. They do not trust each other. On the other hand, my male red belly is absolutely in love with one of my other birds, and they're best of buddies even though they're not the same species. So you just never know exactly how a bird is going to react to other birds, and it's always safe to go into it thinking they're not going to get along and they're not going to be buddies. As for their relationship with people, red bellies tend to form a really strong bond with one person in the family. It's not to say that they can't learn to appreciate the others. That can take a lot of more bonding, a lot more trick training with them, but they tend to gravitate towards one. Like I can hang out and do almost anything with my male red belly. He is my buddy, but my female red belly, she will definitely tolerate me, but she has a lower threshold of mess around and find out with me. And she absolutely loves my boyfriend. She will abandon me the first minute he is home. So they definitely pick their people, but that's very common with a lot of birds in general. So do keep that in mind. Try not to take it personally if they abandon you. Keeping your red-bellied parrot healthy goes beyond just diet and exercise. Regular care and attention to their physical well-being are essential too. All parrots, they benefit from routine health checks. Schedule an annual visit to an avian vet to make sure they're top shape, and always keep an eye out for any changes in behavior or eating habits that can signal health issues. Sometimes their sickness is super subtle, so any change, it's better to be safe than sorry on it. Red-bellied parrots are prone to obesity, so be mindful of their diet and exercise routines. Make sure that they have plenty of opportunities for flight, climbing. Exercise not only keeps them fit, but it also maintains their mental health. Additionally, it's essential to keep their living area clean and well ventilated to avoid respiratory issues. Parrots are super sensitive to air quality, so adding an air purifier to your home is a great way to reduce airborne particles and keep your birds' environmental safe, not only for them, but for you, because their dander can cause issues with you too. So more air purifiers, the better. I have probably like 4 or 5 of them in my house. When it comes to grooming, red-bellied parrots are fairly low maintenance. Providing a variety of perches and wood toys for them to chew on naturally helps them grind away their beak a little bit and their nails. It also mentally keeps them stimulated. However, if you notice that their toes are being raised off the ground when they're on a flat surface, you may need to supplement a nail clipping just so that they can kind of stand normal. You don't want their toes to be upwards. Like it's usually a good tall tale sign. And then again, your yearly vet visit, you can ask your vet if you think that your bird's beak is being a little bit too long. They can definitely file it down. I don't recommend doing that on your own because there's a lot of nerve endings in their beak, which, unless you know what you're doing, I don't recommend. And then don't forget about bats. Both mine like to bathe in their water dish, even though I give them other opportunities. But you can give them shallow dishes for them to wash around in. Some birds do like spray bottles. Neither one of mine really particularly like them. But you do want to make sure that they have the option to bathe. They may not bathe daily, but it helps keep their feathers in good quality. Red-bellied parrots are extremely expressive with their bodies, and understanding their body language is essential for building a strong relationship with them. Some owners report that their parrots bite out of nowhere, but the truth is it's rarely random as it seems. More often it's a result of missed subtle cues in their body language. Keep in mind, each parrot it has a slightly different way of communicating, so you do want to kind of learn your own bird's cues. For example, my female Samara here has a very specific way of signaling when she's upset with me or she's had enough. She'll lean real hard and give me the death stare. Sometimes her eyes are pinned, sometimes they're not. And this is her way of communicating discomfort or annoyance. And if you don't pick up on it, you might find yourself on the receiving end of a bite. Samara also often lifts up her foot, giving another clear sign that she's signaling you to stop the activity and give her space. Her and I like to wrestle, and we always have. And that was always her tall tale when she said, hey, I've had enough, put up my foot, and then I stop wrestling with it. If I don't, she definitely mauls me. My male Toto, on the other hand, has a very unique way of showing his frustration. When he's upset, he goes into what we call Batmaning. He will lay flat almost with his body kind of vibrating and his eyes will pin so tightly. This is a clear sign that he has been in a heightened state and that he needs some kind of resolution, whether it's getting out of his cage or just dropping everything you're doing and staring directly at him. He is a very needy man sometimes. But if I do not acknowledge this behavior right away, he can get so frustrated that he seems to come at me and bite me out of nowhere. When I first got him, there was a lot more biting situations going on because I did not understand this behavior. But as the years have gone on, I know the triggers and when he's going to do it. So it's all about learning your own bird's specific behaviors and what triggers them. Samara and Toto have a cute little telling behavior that shows that they are extremely happy with whatever they're doing or what you're doing with them. They will start doing this little chewing motion, or it looks like, we call it bubble gumming here because it looks like they're chewing bubble gum. Every time they do that, you know that they're super happy about what they're doing, and it's super cute. I've seen most of the parrots in this genus tend to do it, so it's always super cute and it's nice to know when they're really happy. So again, learning to read your red belly's body language is crucial to avoiding those random bites or knowing when they're happy or whatever they may be doing. Each bird is different, and these little cues can tell you when they're upset, happy, or needing some dang space. Respecting these signals will not only help prevent unwanted bites, but also deepen your bond because they're not getting frustrated, and neither are you. So there you have it. Everything you need to know about caring for a red-bellied parrot. These birds are full of personality, energy, and when given the right care, they can become a wonderful companion. Just remember, they're not always the easiest to socialize with other birds, and they tend to bond to one person in the family. But with time and patience, you can learn to enjoy the company of others. Big wings! Big wings! Big wings!